This is a Headgum podcast.
Extra.
It's Extraordinarians.
Yep.
And today we have a guest that is going to be spicy.
Yeah. Hot.
Are you feeling hot?
I'm feeling hot.
Well, there's a reason for that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's because we're talking to a guy who's broken some hot sauce records out there. Hot sauce is having a moment right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And this guy is at the center of that moment.
But we're not just talking about eating wings. We're talking about drinking hot sauce
That's
in
right.
competition.
This is next level Mr. Hot Ones.
Yeah.
Beyond its logical conclusion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we ask questions that are, I think a lot of listeners probably want to know about, and we get some answers and some personal experience.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I don't like hot things. I can't
don't
do
either.
it.
My stomach doesn't either.
Yeah, but
this guy's got a steel gut.
Yeah.
I just want to meet him. Can we meet him?
He's so
Like
nice.
in real life.
Can
We'll
we
fly him
meet
out.
him?
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
great-
Mike Jack!
Well,
We're talking about Mike Jack.
Are you, Mike Jack, are you
Eat heat.
guys imagining the live Extraordinarians tour? Are you already going there in your heads?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Well, we can't because Kevin won't fly, so.
All right, well, it's a rail
Kevin,
trip
how are you gonna
across
get on
the
our
I'll
nation.
take the train.
Yeah.
You can take the
Kevin,
train.
I'm going to be Kevin's service animal.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
going to sit on his lap
I'm going to sit on his lap.
wearing nothing but a vest.
I'll
Even
tell
though he
you-
asked me not to.
what I would love. Can I tell you what I would love to have happen so far on the Extraordinarians show?
Please.
Is Mike Jack on stage, and then
Yeah.
he just thinks he's there to like drink hot sauce, and then we frickin' surprise the shit out of him by bringing out the inventor of the X pepper,
Oh, wouldn't that be
and then
great?
he gets to eat it for the first time on our stage.
And
while
die. No.
Die. And die.
While
Or I think it's even better idea of somebody spraying pepper spray and just having him lick it out of the air.
in a closed theater.
in
Yeah.
any case, Kevin, are we going to do a tour?
Yeah.
Or
you
do we
want
need
to.
to make more than one episode?
And by the way,
Yeah.
we haven't even aired two yet.
Yeah, no, but I'm already there. We got Mike Jack eating Carolina Reapers in one corner.
Yeah.
Can we
got-
get a trampoline?
We
in
got
there?
Hunter blowing balloons in the next corner.
I
my
would
God.
pay,
I would love
$35 for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so stay tuned. It's going to be fun. Wait, so where are you calling from?
Canada.
Canada?
In, Nova Scotia, yeah.
What
Wow.
part?
I'm in like the north part of Nova Scotia.
I've
I'm
been
not-
to St. John's,
Been to St. John's.
which is not in Nova Scotia.
No, St.
Wait.
John's, New
And I've
Brunswick.
been to Toronto
Yeah,
and
I've been to New
Vancouver.
Brunswick.
Yeah.
But
I'm about do you know where Halifax is?
yes,
Sure.
yes.
And if you're listening at home, I hope you already have your maps out. But if not, let's get them out.
You're like very east.
Yes, very east. I'm actually in a time zone you guys don't even have in the U.S. The Atlantic time zone.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, that's thrilling.
All right, so for the audience who's just listening, Mike is wearing an incredible T-shirt that says Mike Jack Eats Heat, as well as a headband that says Mike Jack Eats Heat. Can you break this down
Love
for
it.
us, Mike Jack?
So Mike Jack Eats Heat. That's my socials, my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and that.
Oh, nice.
Know it well.
Mike Jack Eats Heat. That's my yeah.
And the certificates
me.
behind you, can you describe what those are for?
Those are all Guinness World Records for eating spicy stuff. So I got one. This one here is for fast time to eat 100 Carolina Reaper peppers.
Oh.
I got one for fast time to eat 50 Carolina Reaper peppers. Fast time to eat 25 Carolina Reaper peppers, and then fast time to eat 100 ghost peppers.
Oh.
This is
Yeah.
coming close to a math word problem. If Mike Jack can eat, so the time for 50, eating 50, I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Eating 50, and this is Carolina Reapers. I'm going to say.
Do you have to chew them, or can you just swallow them, like dip them in water and swallow them like hot dogs?
You can't dip them in water, but I chew them because I don't know how to just swallow.
Yeah, because you're safe.
They're about the size of like a ping pong ball. So
You're not a Komodo dragon. So
Thank you,
Yeah,
really
exactly.
your only
Yeah.
We
option.
apologize
I'm
for
sorry.
Kristen's question.
I would
that's
be
okay.
swallowing them. I would be sidestepping the taste buds and swallowing them. And maybe I'm about to enter this
I
contest.
will confess, I saw video of you eating these Carolina Reapers,
confess.
yeah.
and it seems to me that you're placing them on the side of your mouth, which I'm sure is strategic and not something you're ashamed of. It's a strategy that you employ. Is that true? Your thoughts?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's try to keep them.
Yeah.
It's still going to be crazy spicy, but trying to keep them off my tongue as much as possible, just to exactly.
But I'm guessing for 52 hours.
2
For 50?
hours? No.
Is
It
it-
was
Yeah, is
It's
it
quicker than that, I'm
does
sure.
it have to be
Oh, yeah.
in a certain time
You gotta
frame?
go over.
Like you can't do 50 in like 3 days.
yeah. Like the record is for like fastest time to eat 50. So it actually took me just under 7 minutes.
Oh,
Whoa!
God.
Come on, Mike.
Mike Jack!
Oh, God.
Mike Jack!
Wait.
Wow.
Now,
Eat
this is very, very cool to me, no pun intended.
There wasn't
Yeah.
one,
Well,
so
cool's the opposite
Yeah.
of hot.
yeah, but still.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But I hate spicy food. I hate it because it
Okay.
really
I like
it really hurts my stomach. Have you always had a pretty solid stomach to where it just doesn't affect you? And how do you keep your mouth from just not like blowing up?
Yeah. The stomach is one thing. The mouth is the first problem.
Yeah.
Do they call you, oh, here comes old Dr. Leathertongue?
You got, okay.
All right.
3
yeah,
questions.
sorry.
You pick
That
your
was a lot.
favorite.
All right, cool. Yeah. So I wasn't always into spicy stuff. Like I didn't grow up with it. My family wasn't really into it. I remember my dad saying, why do you want to hurt yourself while you're eating? Stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I got into it more in college, and like a lot of things in college, it started off as a dare, sort of like, what's the matter, Mike? You don't want hot sauce on your pizza? Are you chicken or something?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I see.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, that's kind of when I first tried hot sauce, and at the time, like just your basic hot sauces like you'd find at the grocery store, like those were hot for me. Like I'd go to the movie theater and I'd get your nachos with the little cup of jalapenos,
Yeah.
and I couldn't finish that little cup. I'd be like, that's like too many, But,
Yeah.
But I like spicy stuff, and I would just eat more and more of it. I'd start off with a couple drops on my food, and then next time, maybe put some lines on, and more and more. And then I used to have to search for, hotter and hotter sauces, because after eventually I would just be putting so much hot sauce on my food, it was like more hot sauce than food on my plate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'd search for hotter and hotter sauces, and when I'd get a hotter one, I'd start off with just a couple, dots in my macaroni and cheese and mix it all up, and then soon I'd just be covering it and stuff like that. So
Wow. Does everything just kind of taste bland without hot sauce to you? Like if you had regular mac and cheese without hot sauce, would you be like, this is gross?
I wouldn't say it's gross, but I would feel like there was something missing. I'd be like,
Yeah.
where's the, it's just like kind of adding a little something extra to your food, right? Adding that kind of spicy element to it. People think that maybe spicy stuff like will burn your taste buds off or stuff like that, but it doesn't affect your taste buds at all. It's like your pain receptors in your tongue. It interacts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can still taste things just fine, especially, I'm really into hot sauce, like, different,
You sell hot sauce.
craft flavorful hot sauces. I do sell hot sauces. I got my own line of hot
nice.
sauces.
That's
yeah.
incredible, Mike Jack.
Thank you.
Kristen loves saying your name.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Mike Jack.
Is that
Yes.
your real name or your your hot
Stage
sauce
name.
name?
That's my real name. It's a name my parents gave me.
Oh.
Yeah.
They gave you Mike. Someone else gave them Jack.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
So
A man did it.
you're coming from New Brunswick, Canada. I don't know what the cuisine, or no, I'm sorry,
It's
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia,
fish.
It's fish.
salmon.
and not renowned for spicy dishes in Nova Scotia. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, not really the spiciest place to be for sure.
Does that play into your origin story that you're trying to sort of defy your unspicy roots? Like the other people in the hot eating community, I'm getting there, guys. Stick with me.
I know, we're
Are
waiting.
they from places like Louisiana that are more renowned for hot foods, or are they from Canada? Your thoughts?
I'd say, a lot of people who are into, the eating peppers and stuff like that, the, competitive side of pepper eating, a lot of them are from places like Louisiana or Carolina, Texas, places like that. There are some in Canada, not so much in Nova Scotia. I've actually only lived here for like about a year and a half. Before that, I was in Ontario, which kind of has
I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Here we go
Ontario.
again.
It's the
Toronto. It's Toronto's home providence.
London, Ontario.
Toronto, London, Ontario. Yeah, that's where I lived for a long time.
Ontario.
So do you travel to these, is it mainly traveling to these competitions?
Or do they come to you?
Yeah. There's in London, Ontario, where I lived, I did help start like a pretty big festival that's there now. It's probably the biggest hot sauce festival in Canada.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Is it called the Mike Jack Festival?
It should be.
No, it's called Heat Wave Hot Sauce Expo.
Heat
That's
Wave
good.
Hot Sauce Expo.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
a pretty cool name. But yeah, I do a lot of traveling. Like when I started eating hot sauce back in college, I never thought it would help me travel the world and stuff like that. It's been
That's
pretty
great.
crazy. Like I've gotten to go to like Italy and New Zealand, Czech
Fun.
Republic, Bulgaria, the UK, Mexico,
Whoa.
and then all over US and Canada for sure.
Wow.
So it's been crazy adventure for sure.
Is there Mike Jack? First of all, why did you move to Nova Scotia? And also, unless that's too personal.
No, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I moved to Nova Scotia because it's a lot chiller here than Ontario's kind of hustle and bustle.
yeah.
The East Coast vibe. It's pretty chill. So yeah, I kind of want to move more chill, be near the ocean. Actually, there's a big hot sauce festival we go to in New England, the New England Hot Sauce Fest. I've been there a few times, and we just kind of fell in love with the area, and we're just like, why doesn't everybody live on the ocean here on the East Coast?
We're not allowed to because
no,
We're
we're not
not.
Canadian.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
well, yeah, but
That's
even
why,
in
Mike.
yeah, no, I mean even in New England, right? Like New England area, it's beautiful there, right? So
Vermont,
we're like, well,
New
why don't we
Hampshire.
move to Canada's version of New England, like the Maritimes? So
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah,
You're
we
absolutely
decided to pack up and move, and yeah, it's pretty awesome here.
Tony's got a
I just
question.
have
I think
one
Kristen
more-
has one more question.
And I want to know if you've ever have you ever met your match? Has there ever been something that really destroyed your mouth, your stomach, your rectum? Sorry.
Yeah.
Where you were like, I'll
I think
never
anus,
do that
probably.
again. No human should.
Are you talking about a specific sauce?
I'm talking about anything. It could be a sauce, a pepper.
I see.
A
You eat
person.
the heat, but has the heat ever eaten you, Mike?
Well, yeah, there's always a degree of punishment after the crazy challenges, right? So
Sure.
Right.
I always say to myself, after doing there's like a lot of hot sauce type challenges where you're drinking like really crazy hot sauces, and they seem to affect me different than eating the peppers. I think the sauce is really, I don't know, they just really
Concentrated.
get in you, I guess. Yeah, a lot of them are concentrated extract sauces and stuff, and a lot of the times I'm just like, that's it. I'm not doing any more of these hot sauce drinking things, but I always get talked into it again, and then I did.
Does milk help? Is
Yeah,
that a
does
myth?
milk help?
And we say milk.
Yeah.
And you say
Milk.
okay.
milk.
Milk.
I'm from Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, like milk helps, like dairy and stuff like that. But to be honest, I'm vegan, so I don't do any dairy or anything like that. So
Wow.
So
yeah,
what do you
so that takes it
just
to another
cotton,
level.
Like just put some cotton in your mouth?
Yeah. How do you calm it down? Like, how do you calm the fire down after a competition?
To be totally honest with you, I just wait it out.
Wait it out.
That's rough.
How
So I
many
just,
days? How many days?
I'm always fine by the next morning, even
Oh.
the most extreme thing. So yeah, like usually in your mouth, I'm not really too worried about the heat in my mouth because it's usually like at the most, like, 15, 20 minutes, and then it's kind of
Right.
died down.
Uh-huh.
But then once it works its way into your stomach, that's where it gets rough, right? So
Yeah.
I've had a lot of rough nights, just
Oh,
usually
God.
sleeping on a cold tile,
Okay.
in the bathroom, stuff like that.
Okay. So
But,
when you meet
amazing.
others in the hot sauce community, do
Yeah.
you guys talk about
The
going to the
detox.
bathroom together?
Yeah.
Or not going to the bed. Are you guys? How much are you guys talking about pooping when in the hot
Yeah.
sauce
Or the
community?
lack
Or is
thereof.
that Is
I
it
find,
a
like-
common topic?
It's not like amongst like the people who are eating the peppers and stuff, everybody knows kind of what you're in for and stuff like that. So it's
Right.
not really a whole lot of talking about that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think
in
it
the-
should
in the-
be.
God.
in the comments section though, on Facebook though, whenever I post a video,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's usually the topic of choice for
Yeah.
for the majority of the comments. When something
Yeah.
kind of
I mean,
goes viral or
Let's
whatever.
talk about it.
it
Why
is
aren't we
something-
talking
you should
about
be
it?
bragging about that too.
It's the elephant in
Yeah,
the
for sure.
room here. If I'm
It's-
so bold as to say, that's what we're all thinking about.
Like
I'm
you
not.
said, because the next morning, I feel like that would hang in me for a good week. Of
yeah,
pain.
but you
That's a
got
different
issues.
issue.
I do have
That's
issues.
a different issue.
But you know, it sounds like you don't even have a hangover. Like it sounds like you're kind of the next day. It's like you're just ready to go.
Something happens that we're not going to discuss, and then you feel better.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Yeah.
I know it's what everybody wants to know, and
Yeah.
I hate to be anticlimactic, but I've actually never experienced what we call burn butt. I've never
Okay.
had that before.
Oh,
And I think that
okay.
is
Good to know.
I think that's
Good
my
to know.
superpower.
That's
See?
great.
There it is.
Mike
That's
Jack.
There it is.
interesting.
It might
I
be
would have
the
first,
burned butt for months.
Well,
Really
I feel
If
like
if I did what
months.
Mike Jack does, that burn butt would hang on.
interesting.
Oh wow.
I feel like, right?
Well, everybody's
I don't-
different.
everybody's different.
I have a question.
Yeah.
All right, you were talking about pain receptors, and you
In
know
the tongue, not the butt.
Yes.
Yeah, in the tongue, not the
We
butt.
moved on.
If okay, so you know how people walk on those hot coals, and I think it's some kind of maybe I don't know anything about it, but if it's like a mental game or they disassociate or they kind of detach themselves from the pain receptors, is it similar to that to where you do something in your brain or there's a mental game that you can kind of disassociate from your pain? Or yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's part of it for sure. Yeah, I've built up a tolerance over time to spicy
Yeah.
stuff. That's one part. But then I also say, it's also a lot of mind over matter, and then also just like gumption, like willpower, right? So
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
which I think are different things, right? Like there's like kind of kind of trying to disassociate from the pain, as you said, right? Like when I do something that's like gonna be more of a marathon type challenge, I listen to like a Buddhist breathing meditation
Wow.
beforehand.
Wow.
It's like a Thich Nhat Hanh smile
Sure.
release.
If Thich Nhat Hanh could see us now, you had no
Exactly,
idea
right?
what
So-
he was empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, his stuff's helped me out for sure. And
Wow. So
That's
you get
great.
into the zone
Yeah, you
where
get
you
into the
are
zone.
in control of your own sort of feelings in a way.
exactly, yeah. I
Oh.
just kind of you can disassociate from the pain, but then there's also just gumption and willpower, and
Yeah.
feeling the pain and just fighting through it anyway, right?
What a
So-
beautiful example of what we're capable of doing. And that's
Good
pretty
point.
awesome. Now, you mentioned you had a hot sauce. Since
do,
you've
yeah.
tasted so many hot sauces,
Mm.
what was it about this creation and this? You don't have to give the recipe, but this recipe that you wanted to stand out as Mike Jack's hot sauce.
So my hot sauces that I have, they're flavor first hot sauces, but
Great.
also
Good.
like
America
fairly hot,
first,
different
flavor
different
first.
heat levels, right?
Yeah,
Flavor
yeah,
first,
yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I kind of base them on my favorite things to eat. So there's one that's like a Mexican vibe called Taco Tuesday hot sauce.
Yeah.
Because I love Mexican cuisine. I think
Yeah.
I was Mexican in another life. So
Yeah.
Oh.
You
Just
couldn't
love,
be
just love
farther
it.
away.
You could.
Exactly,
You
yeah,
easily
yeah.
could.
Well, I guess you could keep
Yeah.
going north. Yeah.
yeah. But
Australia.
and then,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I love I really love pineapple, so I made a pineapple inspired hot sauce. You know, I love. I'm not afraid to admit it. I love pineapple pizza.
Admit it.
Yeah.
Canadian invention, actually. So
Is
Really?
that
I didn't know that.
it is. Yeah,
Is
from Chatham, Ontario. Yeah, that's where
Where
Hawaiian
they
hot
grow
sauce was
all those
invented.
pineapples?
Exactly.
I
where all
thought
the
it was
pineapples
Wolfgang
grow in
Puck.
Canada.
Oh.
I thought it was Hawaii because it's called a Hawaiian.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's what you'd think, right?
Yeah.
But it
But
looks like
anyway,
a Canadian bacon on there.
I'm sorry, Mike Jack, but I do not want to spread disinformation on my podcast.
I believe him.
But yeah, so yeah, it's perfect hot sauce to put on pizza. And then I made a really unique sauce. It's my best seller called Rise and Shine, which is the ultimate hot sauce for breakfast. 'Cause I love breakfast food and
Smart.
you know,
Right.
Yeah.
brunch, right?
Wow.
So it's got like a breakfast sausage spice blend to it and maple syrup.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
some other stuff like that. So yeah, it's perfect for
I like the hot and
perfect
sweet.
for breakfast on a breakfast.
If there's
sandwich.
no, if they get rid of the tariffs, we should get some of Mike Jack's
We
hot
really
sauces
should.
and taste them on the show.
I mean, even with the tariffs,
Oh,
you're just
definitely.
paying, you know, another $1 for the hot sauce.
Are you
know,
defending the
that's true.
tariffs?
No, I'm not saying it's not a complete barrier to hot sauce purchase.
That's true.
Mike Jack is moving bottles here. Let's not get in his
Oh,
way
you're right,
here,
you're right.
you know?
Sorry, you're right. Wait, but
So-
well, have you been on Hot Wings?
You
the
should be
show?
on Hot Wings.
On Hot Ones, I haven't. No,
Or
but
Hot
I'd
Ones?
love to.
You would
I'd love to be
kill
on Hot Ones for
They
sure.
couldn't
Yeah.
handle you. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
That is the problem.
I think that's the problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd have to up their game. I'd have to. All the wings would have to have the hottest sauce on them. Or
Do
something
you
like-
wanna
or
be
if
on Hot
be
Ones?
drinking bottles.
Did
Oh,
you-
I'd love to be on there. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Did
see,
you
that's
see
the thing. He'd
Conan
be
on
drinking
there?
the bottles. He wouldn't even need it on the chicken or the. You wouldn't even need it on the vegan. The
Oh yeah, you would
cauliflower.
just drink
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
bottle.
Oof, man.
Definitely,
that's-
yeah. Just
If I get invited to do Hot Ones, Mike Jack, which I don't think I'm famous enough, but I will. Maybe I can get you to be my like teammate.
oh yeah, for
So
sure.
I'll take a bite and then you'll drink the bottle.
yeah, just tag me in.
Tag
Yes.
team it.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you were moving, you mentioned moving to Nova Scotia from Ontario.
Let's drop that, okay?
You said we.
I already.
Is that you
That
have
is-
a
that is your
partner
business.
in your life right now?
I do. Yeah, my wife Jamie.
Oh,
Mrs. Mike Jack. That's where I'm getting
nice.
at. And so
Is her name Jamie Jack?
Her name's Jamie Jack.
Oh.
JJ.
that's
Oh,
pretty
I
cool.
wish
that's
my
great.
last name was Jack. I mean, I'm glad you have Jamie, but
How
I
does
like that.
Easy,
What?
easy,
Just
Kristen.
say
You're married.
Kristen Jack.
how does she feel about this? How's the marriage and the hot sauce coming together? Talk us through it.
Yeah, like when I first started doing the spicy challenges and getting
Yeah.
pretty into it and stuff. You know, like she was a little worried about me, you know, seeing me hurting and stuff like that. But
What were
then-
you doing before the were you like
I
a
think you
software
both-
developer, or what was
Oh yeah.
before you got fully invested?
I had a few different jobs in that. I guess
Yeah.
like I was working in a few factories and stuff like that before I kind of
Yeah.
started going full time with the
Full
with the
throttle.
spicy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so it comes
yeah.
on. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so she started off being a little, you know, worried about it
Sure,
and
yeah.
worried about me and stuff like that, seeing me hurting and stuff like that. But we did a lot of research and looking into things, and it's really not really all that dangerous, to be honest. Eating spicy stuff. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions. People think it's gonna burn a hole through your guts or whatever like that,
Yeah,
but
right.
it's all just mental thing. Like it doesn't actually physically burn you and stuff like that. So
Right.
once you got into that and kind of learning about, the craft hot sauce scene and the different kind of, flavorful hot sauces and stuff like that, she's more into the hot sauce than I am. And she's actually become my coach. So
I
she's
love
kind of
that.
she's kind of my secret weapon in a way. She, because when you're eating the peppers, a lot is going on in your brain. There's a lot of things telling you to stop eating them and stuff,
Yeah.
obviously, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of just focus on her voice, and she's just like, keep going, and
that's so nice.
go faster, and so we're a great team, and we actually had a Guinness World Record together for
Most
the
in love.
longest most in love, no, for longest habanero kiss.
Oh,
So we each ate a habanero and then put our lips together for as long as we wanted. We chose to do 15 minutes to celebrate
That is
15 years of marriage.
So sexy.
Kristen
I
thinks
That
that's
is
very sexy.
Very sexy.
Spicy.
Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna write like
Yeah.
a new adult fiction.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
are
should
there,
go for 69 minutes.
are there are there benefits to it that people don't know? Like you were talking about, everybody thinks it'll burn you a hole in your stomach. Are there actually benefits that we don't know about
Health benefits from
to
eating
spicy
food.
as like that kind of spicy?
And if you're
Oh.
listening and not watching, I think the answer is going to be no, because Mike was like,
No, I think it boosts your immune
Yeah, I
immune
feel like
system.
Is that true?
Like when I get off a plane, I used to eat hot, spicy wings because I felt like I was getting all the germs out because it would make me blow my nose.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Michael,
I'd
no.
say, I'm not like obviously not like a doctor or anything. So I'm not like the best person to talk about it, or I'm not a scientist or whatever. But yeah, I've heard stuff like that it boosts your immune system. They are like peppers are high in vitamin C, like, like oranges and stuff like that. People say, drink orange juice if you're getting a cold, stuff like that. So I would say to be honest, like I very, very rarely get a cold or get sick.
Interesting.
That's
So,
Interesting.
So
I mean,
yeah, I
he's
don't
not
know.
around a lot of people.
yeah, I don't
there.
know if it's from. Yeah. There's nobody around here.
You're
in
just
Canada,
getting walrus
so
fever
I'm
up
just,
there. That's
yeah, just me and the seals.
all. Yeah.
Has
But,
Jamie ever like been on the had a stomach ache, like got the stomach ache, and you're like, you don't know what a stomach ache is, Jamie. Buck up.
I feel really bad when she does some of the, she does challenges and stuff like that too. And, not quite to my level, but I when she's hurting from something, I feel really bad,
you're a great
because
husband.
it affects her more than it affects me. But people think it's funny that I'll be like, I'll just be like, kind of moaning on the cold tiles all night sort of thing. And she's kind of just going about whatever. Like a lot of the time when we go to like the shows and stuff like that, she'll go and like hang out with all the, the other hot sauce people and stuff like that. And I'll be, in the hotel or whatever, just laying in the ground. And they're like, oh, like, don't you feel bad for him? And she's like, he knows what he's, he knows. She's used to it. Right. So when I first started, she'd feel pretty bad, but now she's just like, he'll be okay. Like in a few hours, like whatever, just
it's
let him be,
temporary.
sort of thing. So
that's
exactly.
If I was doing that contest, my mantra would just be like, the pain is temporary. Swallow it down. It's temporary.
Right.
That's how I got through my pregnancy.
Yeah.
Well, it's temporary. It's gonna end soon. It's not the end of the world.
It's like they say in all the sports movies and stuff like that, right? Like the pain is temporary, but the memories last forever.
Yeah.
Wait, so what is the hottest pepper that you of the competitions? Like, what is considered the hottest one?
So right now, the official Guinness World Record for world's hottest pepper, it's a pepper called Pepper X.
Oof.
But
where is that grown? Is it a hybrid? Is it invented in a lab?
It's a hybrid. Yeah, it's kind of invented in a lab. It's grown by a guy, Smokin' Ed Curry, who's in
his name is
in
Smokin'
Carolina.
Ed Curry.
Oh yeah, Smokin' Ed Curry. He's a famous
stutter.
guy. He also created the Carolina Reaper pepper, which is a hybrid pepper. He's in Carolina, obviously.
God, does he have any fingertips?
But yeah, but the thing with Pepper X is it's not available to the public yet. Like he's growing it and he hasn't like released seeds, or there's a whole thing about because if you have the world's hottest pepper, that's like a $1 million, worth millions of dollars, right? So he's
Wait.
Yeah,
for sure, yeah,
because they could put it in Tabasco sauce. Everybody could use it in their Tabasco sauce.
No, that's not true.
Oh, is it for? But I think it's a weapon of war.
Yeah.
I think they'll release it on opposing troops
Well,
in the air.
Here, guys, have a bite. And then, what does it look like?
Have you tried it? Have you seen it?
No, he hasn't tried it. It's not released to the public.
Well, but he's not in the public. He's like
true.
got a club.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to try it yet. I've talked to Ed Curry like a bunch of times, and I haven't been able to get to Carolina and stuff like that and try it, but I think he'd let me, but we haven't done that yet. But but before that it was the Carolina Reaper, and that's what I have most of my Guinness records and stuff like that for. I have the record for eating the most in a sitting I ate was 164 of them.
What? That is
so
amazing.
Are you scared? Are you scared of Pepper X?
Oh no, I'm not scared of Pepper X at all. No, I really want to try it.
Pepper X is scared of you.
Pepper X is probably scared of me. Yeah, I've had like Ed Curry's released hot sauces. Like on Hot Ones, they have the the Last Dab hot sauce that has Pepper X in it. So I've tried the hot sauces and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't had the actual pepper.
How was the hot sauce? Was it more than you could? I mean, you could take it, but it wasn't more.
I have a video where I drink a bottle of one of the Last Dab hot sauces.
A bottle. That is, wow, man, that's incredible.
There's a thin line between pain and pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where he's going with that.
What? Oh, that was so sexy, Matt.
Yeah. But isn't that part of? I feel like part of the appeal of this is sort of a masochistic endeavor.
No, it's not.
Yeah, well,
let Mike answer.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm defending Mike.
Okay.
You're calling him a masochist, but he's actually a hero.
You can both things can be true.
Really?
But there's something about pain that is interesting. Is that fair?
I think so. Yeah. You know, when you eat the peppers, or you get, you know, you're in a lot of pain. Like your body releases like endorphins,
adrenaline,
stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like you get like you do get kind of like a high, right? So, and that's I think that's what attracts a lot of people to the pepper eating and stuff like that. Like it's kind of like it's almost like a extreme version of like a runner's high,
right?
If you've ever heard of that or had that before or whatever. Yeah. So I used to actually be pretty into like distance running and stuff like that. And I wonder if that's kind of like part of the connection to me and the peppers as well. But I really do it, because I just love the challenge. I found something that I'm good at, and I like to challenge myself and push myself and stuff like that. And
awesome.
Just a lot of other sports I would compare it to. Like I compare it like a lot of people compare it to like boxing in a way. Mm-hmm. It's like you go and you prepare for this thing and you go into the competition, and then afterwards you're messed, right? Like I would rather eat the peppers and have the stomach pain for a night than get punched in the face a bunch of times, concussions, and you see the end of Rocky, and they're both in the hospital for a few days, stuff like that. So never had that happen to me eating peppers. So I'm gonna stick to the pepper eating for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, you are truly extraordinary. The fact that
you're an extraordinarian for sure.
An extraordinarian for sure. And I cannot believe you drink bottles of hot sauce.
I'm proud of you, Mike.
We're proud of you.
Thanks.
Well, thank you can you tell us again where people can find you? And do you have can you hold up your hot sauce? Is your hot sauce near you?
I don't have it near me, but
no worries. Well, they can look it up. But where can people find you?
Yeah, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Mike Jack Eats Heat. Mm-hmm. MikeJackEatsHeat.com. Order now. Get some hot sauce.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna
Mike
get some hot sauce.
Thank you so much for coming on. This was so cool.
Thank you.
Thank
Mike
you.
Jack.
We learned a lot.
Thanks
Good luck.
for having me.
Good luck.
Jamie.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Tell Jamie we said hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell her you said hi for sure.
That pepper sounds like a weapon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pepper X.
There's pepper spray that is a weapon, and who knows what they're putting in there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Mike Jack eat pepper spray.
Why didn't you bring that up?
That might be the next thing.
Is there a record for enduring pepper spray?
I bet you if anyone could do it, Mike Jack could do it.
Could do it.
I wouldn't want Mike Jack to attack me at a park if I only had pepper
But you'd
spray.
want to see Mike Jack drink the pepper.
You got any more? He's spraying pepper spray.
Thank you, more, please. By the way, he wouldn't. He seems so nice.
He's so nice.
I really
very unlikely.
And Kristen was kind of flirting with him.
How?
Today.
She
How
just
so?
acknowledged that a spicy lip lock is notable, and romantic.
If you can't, again, call that out for what it is,
which is what?
A hot kiss,
Yeah.
then what's going on, Tony?
Yeah.
No,
Why
I'm
are
not
you
saying
so
I'm not saying
scared?
it's not a hot kiss, but I know an energy shift when Kristen.
Well,
I felt like
why did you dress up like the couch today?
Okay. We're not attacking each other.
Did the couch call you and say, let's all wear the same thing?
Okay.
Was
did
it
not
a closed
take my
mouth
comment
kiss?
as an attack.
I would, if it was a closed mouth kiss, I would like for the next one to just be French kissing. Now, do you think, wouldn't that be more spicy?
It was an open mouth kiss, he said.
Was it?
Yeah, they were like,
I missed
Kevin,
that.
can you play it back?
I assumed it was just a chaste sort of peck
No
that
way,
lasted.
man. No, because they had to open their mouth so the fumes could go back and forth.
Fumes.
Yeah.
That's
They
how
were
I imagined
making
it.
out for 15 minutes.
That's how I imagined it.
That's
What did you
intense.
were
They
saying?
must
They
have
were
had
like
some chapped
this. Like,
lips.
Yes, that is
Kristen,
what
you gotta
I
stay
imagined. I don't
close
know
to
what
the
that
mic.
says about me.
okay, Dad.
Now, do you think this podcast is suitable for children?
Oh, I
And,
forgot.
Not after today.
and
They don't know about kissing.
but do they know? But they know about pooping, and is it?
What
Isn't
was
that
wrong with when I said when I said I would get, what was it called, burned ass? What was
Burn
it?
Oh, burn
butt.
butt.
Burn
That's
butt.
fair.
What
you felt judged for
no, I-
admitting that?
Because
No, that's okay.
when I said I'd get a burn butt, you guys looked at me like, you would? And I'm like, if I was drinking
No.
bottles of hot sauce,
No,
my
that-
ass would be so on fire.
My
I've never
eyebrows-
experienced that.
I
I've never, just like him. I've never.
I've
I've
had burn
experienced
butt.
butt.
My insides are not processing all the burnout, so I've had a
Uh-huh.
spicy poo where I'm like, woohoo, wakes you up a bit. But I think my facial expression and my alarm, Tony,
Yeah.
was when you said your burn butt lasts for weeks.
Yeah, is that true?
Well,
I don't like
have
that.
not. I have not had a burned butt that lasts for weeks.
Okay,
But I'm saying if I drank 5 bottles or how many ever
I
bottles
see.
of hot sauce, I would have to go to. I feel like I'd have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What's wrong, Mr. Hale?
It'd be like, why is your underwear so hot?
Yours isn't."
Well, you never know till you try, and I think that's
I do
what.
not want to try that.
No,
You would want to try one of those. Would you try drinking?
Absolutely not.
Would you try drinking a bottle of hot sauce?
I would, because I feel like
You would?
I totally understand what Mike Jack was talking about, like the pregnancy thing, like the I think women
endorphins.
go through a lot of like
Yeah, but
temporary painful shit.
At the end of
And-
that is a baby, though. At the end of this, it's just an empty bottle.
and a hot ass.
I don't know. But no, that's not what at the end for him. He has trophies. He has pride.
That's true.
He has a business.
That's true.
And he's one of the best at it.
That's
very
true.
good.
I
at
feel
it.
like I would do it. I wouldn't enjoy it. And again, I guess my worry is that it destroys your taste buds. But he was
No,
saying it doesn't.
yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a point counterpoint, though. He's pro hot sauce. I'd like to see, someone else debate him on that. Because I don't, like you say, I don't want to spread disinformation. And I worry that he's been captured by the hot sauce lobby.
Oh.
Perhaps. He's been
He looked
red
really
pilled.
healthy. Well, I mean, like you said, I wouldn't want to be on the tile of the bathroom floor
No.
For a
That
night
was an
either.
evocative image.
Of me? Thank
No,
you.
just him
Thank you,
saying
Matt.
multiple times the cold tile of the bathroom
No, that's what they do.
floor.
I bet they
Like
check
a
into the
dog.
hotel and it's a carpet floor. You're like, no, I need a different room. I need
By any chance,
tile.
do your bathrooms have wall-to-wall carpeting?
because I can't stay there. Although no one's bathroom should have that.
Yeah.
No.
I wanted to ask him, and I've forgotten. You brought up gender. Do you think
You know me.
Do you think men and women compete in different categories in hot sauce eating?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I would guess no. Like, there's no anatomical difference, right, between our digestive systems.
Yeah.
I mean, mine, obviously, my tube does run around my boobs a couple times. That might be my advantage.
Your
Talk about
That's where they
hot.
go, right? They run around your boobs, and then it
Why
goes
not?
out
Why not?
the tube.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, finally an even playing field for the genders,
Yeah, there's nothing else. Can't compete in politics.
Nope. We tried. Look, we tried.
Where did he move from? I know he's only been
From Ontario to Nova Scotia.
right.
Yes,
right,
where
right,
it's
right.
really beautiful. My geography of Canada is so piss poor.
It didn't sound like it. You were pretty confident. when you
Well,
were
I
saying
keep
stuff.
thinking St. John's. Like I keep getting New Brunswick in the way of Halifax,
Brunswick.
but Halifax, Nova Scotia is more north and to the east, and then I
Yeah.
think
New Brunswick
Brunswick
just
is
sits
just
right
right
on top of
right
Maine,
beside it.
famously.
But I'm
Famously.
like
Yeah.
when I was in Toronto working, I kept thinking that I was like, "Ooh, I'll get oysters. They must just reach into the Atlantic and grab them." And they're like, "That's a lake, bitch."
Oh,
Like,
because
yeah,
you talked
of course, I'm landlocked here.
you talked about being at the beach in Toronto, right?
Well, I do go to the beach in Toronto a lot.
And that's a lake
It's
beach.
a lake
See,
beach.
I didn't know that.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Canada.
Yeah, for everything.
Well, he was
For everything. We love you.
he was really, really, really fun
Yeah.
to chat about.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you,
with.
Mike, and when you're listening, thank you for coming on our show.
Mike Jack.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yes.
can we order some Mike Jack hot sauces and
Let's do it.
T-shirts and headbands? Put it on the tab.
Yeah.
It's like, what tab are we talking about?
Yeah.
I'd love to wear. I would wear a Mike Jack Eats Heat shirt. Like I could dress that shit up and I would look hot. I mean, that's a
You'd
good
look
looking
hot.
outfit.
Belt it.
It's
you know.
funny too.
Yeah.
Mike Jack Eats Heat. That's such a great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that I had a huge brain fart when we started and I didn't know what he did. And that's why I said.
So talk us through exactly what you do.
I was like,
That's why I said.
He's literally wearing a T-shirt and a headband.
I mean,
that
That's
say
what I
he
said.
eats heat.
Tell us about your hat.
what
Eats
is going?
heat. And then you guys are looking at me like I was an idiot. And it still hadn't clicked. And then I went, oh, right, hot sauce.
Yeah.
So
Well.
my apologies.
No problem.
We love you, Tony.
Do you?
Yes, we
Just kidding.
What's love? Hey, can Tony talk about his hat now, Kevin?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, Tony, I noticed that hat you're wearing. It's cool.
It's called Sketch.
It looks
Yeah.
scary.
Tell
it's
us about this movie. I
Oh, thank you for
saw the
asking,
trailer. It
Oberg.
looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a movie that my buddy Seth Worley directed. We've been trying to get it made for like 7 or 8 years,
That's nothing.
and it's coming. And it's
Nah.
coming. It's coming out August 6th in a
Hey.
theater near you.
Wow.
We describe it like Jurassic Park meets Inside Out, and it's a little
Great.
girl is dealing with grief, and she draws these really kind of horrific pictures, and they come to life. And it deals with having big emotions and having to
I
deal
don't
with it.
have those.
And
so
Kristen has.
this will be a great
escape.
escape movie for
Yes, but it's
And Tony plays the dad.
and I'm the dad, and it's
The
kind of a throwback to kind of like The Goonies and like a film that the whole family can really enjoy. But guys, so stoked, and that's all I'll say. I'm really
well, I
excited.
think you should bring it up every podcast till you're at the Oscars.
Great. All right, next guest.
Hi, guys. It's Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and congratulations on your fantastic podcast. I am going to nominate Tony Hale as most likely to crack up and ruin the scene, any scene, if it's funny. So congratulations to Tony Hale for that nomination. And yeah, enjoy the day. Bye.
Wow.
Wow.
Didn't even know that was in the chamber there. What a thrill.
What a thrill. This might be the first and only time one of us get an award, and I got it from Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the voice and I was like, what a charismatic person this is. So confident. Who is this? And it turned
Yeah.
out to be
your
for an
best
icon.
friend.
I would like to say, well, thank you, Julia, for the nomination, and thank you
Real-
for the award, actually. I guess
you
I
like
got
that award?
yeah.
There's a couple things I would like to say about that.
Please.
To rehash, I think what she said is
Defend yourself.
I was nominated to be the person who breaks the most on set. Is that what that it was?
That's what I heard.
Mhm.
And
If the scene is funny and ruining it.
I first I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
And I don't. Oberg can also attest to this, I think,
I was
because
there a couple days,
he
so I
not a
saw
couple
it.
days, many episodes.
Sure.
I think Julia broke as much as I did.
Never saw that
Yeah.
happen.
But she did say to me once, I was breaking during a scene, and she says, "Tony, you know you're not watching the show; you're in the show."
I will say that happened to me in one of those final season episodes. There was this big scene around a big table at the convention where everybody's talking, and I literally was just watching it, and I have one line in it, and it got to my cue, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in this." So I can understand that phenomenon.
But it is very. Have you guys ever been in this? When something is, Kristen's looking at me like I've never been in it because I'm a professional actress. But when you're in a situation that is so, and I tend to be a laugher. I like to laugh because I have life and joy.
Great.
But when something is so funny and you feel your body shaking, and you can't keep it together.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything but break.
No better feeling than
there's no better, but it's also it's terrifying too, because you know that the crew wants to go home. You know everybody's trying to.
They love it.
But have you guys ever been in that situation?
Never.
Come on.
You have never broken.
Because that's the thing, is that what Julia was saying to you about how you're not watching it. You should have been so deep in your character that the stakes were high that like your character does not think it's funny. I would only laugh in the scene if my character thought it was funny.
Okay,
Get out of here.
I will.
I would like everybody to go watch the gag reel of Veep and see how much Julia laughs.
Yeah.
But this is everybody. Kristen, you cannot tell me you have never broken in a scene.
I don't think I have. Interview my co-stars.
Matt, have you?
Will Forte and I are pretty like head to head on that.
Right.
We don't break.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that takes strength. I will say that takes. So
a sort of deadness, yeah.
Why are we dead? We're in the scene. That's what you guys are like. You don't think your work is funny? Well, I'm doing the work. Like what?
Okay.
Wait, okay. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
It's not typically that. Maybe it's not the word, because we are in comedy and usually surprised by something someone does or an improv that's thrown out that throws you, and that typically is a breaking moment. For the most part, that's a lot of the breaking moments. So you've never been surprised and had to stifle a chuckle.
In character? No.
In character.
Well, that's just the thing. It's like whatever they did, my character would be reacting to it. And
I think we should poll comic actors across LA, and I don't think this is a popular stance. What you're saying?
Being professional?
I will say I don't think I ever have broken on camera, but to be fair, a lot of the stuff I've worked on isn't always all that funny. And I
know. I'm never it's very funny, so
I never have the status to ruin a take. They put me in on Friday at 4:00, and you've got to just stand where they tell you and get it over with. But
I'm sure you're making people break, and I'm sure you are too.
I do tend to enjoy the show more than others that I'm working on sometimes.
I remember watching in that same day on Veep, you and Julia working out a bit where she is sitting at a table and you're about to push the chair in, and you get distracted by like a little buffet behind you, and turn around and go to the buffet and bring the chair with you, and then she sits and almost falls down. And I was laughing and laughing at that, and she's like, "Yeah, you better enjoy it because this is not making it into the show." But that was a thrill for me.
Oh, it's so fun. It really, that gives me a lot of joy to break.
Veep was such a good show,
It was a good
Tony.
show.
Like, what a classic.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And
Over now,
love,
but
I love me some Julia
Me
Louis-Dreyfus too. That was
too.
what a
Too.
sweet
of
thing for her to do.
Very
That was
sweet.
so nice
Julia.
of. Thank you for
Yes.
calling our show.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for Extraordinarians.
It's called Extraordinarians, and it's
I like
there's no no, it's Extraordinarians.
Okay.
We'll be
Stop
right
it.
back.
Coming from the woman who doesn't break.
That was a Headgum podcast.